All right, let's talk about heartbreak. It's probably one of the toughest things any of us will ever go through. But today, we're going to tackle it head on, using some of the most powerful, resilient wisdom ever devised.
I mean, it's that simple and that devastating. The person you love is gone. And that pain, it's not simple at all, is it? It's that deep, agonizing feeling right in your chest, the one that whispers it's never, ever going to stop.
So how do you stop it? How do you stop the emotional bleeding? When you feel completely shattered, where do you even begin? Well, for the ancient Stoics, the answer was crystal clear. It's not about what happens to you. It's about how you respond. And that response, that's where all your power is.
So our first step is to forge an unbreakable mindset. Think of it like building a kind of psychological armor, something to protect yourself so you can actually start to heal. Okay, number 1.
This right here, this is the absolute cornerstone of Stoicism. It's all about separating what you can control from what you can't. The philosopher Epictetus, he literally called this the chief task in life. And when you're dealing with heartbreak, believe me, it is your lifeline.
Okay, look at this. This is about a radical shift in focus, and you have to be absolutely ruthless about it. On one side, you have the things you're putting 0% of your energy into. 0. Their decision to leave, what they're doing right now, the past, all of it gets nothing. Why? Because you have absolutely no control over any of it. Now, on the other side, that's where 100% of your energy goes, into your response, your healing, the choices you make today. See the shift? This is how you stop burning emotional fuel on a fire you can't put out, and instead start taking your power back.
So once you've drawn that line in the sand, the next phase is all about reclaiming your focus. It's about taking back your mental space from all those stories and anxieties that are just torturing you right now.
All right, number 2. Let's be honest. When we're heartbroken, what do? We put our ex on this giant pedestal, right? We build this legend around them, where we only remember the good stuff and conveniently forget all the reality. The Stoics had a way of dealing with this. They called it contemptuous expressions, which is basically the art of seeing things exactly as they are, no filter.
And this quote from Marcus Aurelius, it's perfect. He was talking about his fancy imperial cloak, right? He'd break it down to its raw components so he wouldn't get arrogant. You've got to do the same thing with the relationship. It wasn't some perfect fantasy. It had flaws, it had compromises, it had real problems. The moment you see the reality instead of the illusion, that loss, it becomes so much easier to bear.
Okay, number 3. This one's about tackling the pain we inflict on ourselves.
Right now, your mind is probably a complete torture chamber, isn't it? You're playing these movies in your head, picturing them with someone new, worrying you're going to be alone forever. You are literally suffering over things that haven't even happened, and honestly, might never happen.
And Seneca he nailed it. We suffer more in imagination than in reality. All that anxiety, it's a punishment you're giving yourself. It doesn't change a single thing. It just makes you miserable. So when those thoughts start to spiral out of control, you have to pull yourself back. Right back to this moment, right now. You only have to get through today. That's it. Don't add tomorrow's imaginary problems to today's very real burden.
Okay, so we've started to get our focus back. Now we can begin to reframe the loss itself, to actually change our perspective on what this whole thing even means.
Coming in at number 4, and this is a really profound one.
The Stoics had this idea that we don't truly own anyone, or anything for that matter. The people we love, they're kind of on loan to us from the universe. And when that loan is called back, as incredibly painful as it is, our only job is to return them. See the difference? You didn't lose them, you're giving them back. And when you can let go of that tight, painful grip of mine, you can start to see them for what they were. A chapter in your story. A very important chapter maybe, but not the whole book.
And number 5. This one is especially for those of you dealing with betrayal.
Look, the urge to get even, to lash out, to wish them ill, it's totally natural. But here's the thing Marcus Aurelius understood. Indulging in that makes you more like the person who hurt you. The best revenge isn't seeing them fail. The greatest victory, the real revenge, is preserving your own character. It's living so well that you refuse to let their actions corrupt who you are.
Okay, now we get to the real philosophical core of this. We've managed the pain, we've reframed it, and now we're going to use it. This is where we turn all that pain into pure fuel. This is how you transform suffering into strength.
The Stoics called it amor fati, a love of one's fate.
And listen, this is not about passive acceptance. This isn't just gritting your teeth and getting through it. Amor fati is an active embrace of everything that happens to you, the good and the bad. It's making the conscious decision to not just endure this heartbreak, but to love it for what it's about to teach you.
And this is the mental flip you have to make. You stop saying this happened to me, and you start saying this happened for me. You go from being the victim of the story to being the architect of what comes next. It stops being a tragedy and starts being an opportunity, a chance to rebuild, to learn, and to become so much stronger.
Marcus Aurelius gives us the perfect metaphor for this. A blazing fire takes whatever you throw on it, consumes it, and rises higher because of it. Think of yourself as that fire. This pain, this rejection, this loneliness, throw it all on the fire. Don't let it put you out. Let your fire consume it, feed on it, and rise even higher because of it. Use it as fuel.
So with this new mindset in place, what's your path forward? What's the final, actionable step that really cements your healing and helps you find a new sense of purpose?
Here it is, the final habit, turn outward. See, when you're in this much pain, it's so easy to become completely self-absorbed. We've all been there. The Stoic antidote to that is to get out of your own head and act for the common good. Go do something for someone else. Seriously. Go lessen the burden of others, because that is, without a doubt, the fastest way to heal your own.
And that's where we'll leave it. The heartbreak happened. It's real. The pain is absolutely valid. But it doesn't have to be the end of your story. In fact, it can be the raw material, the foundation for the strongest, wisest, most resilient version of you that has ever existed. So the only question left is the one on your screen. This happened. Now what will you build with it?